What's up guys, it's Endymion, and today I want to discuss a topic within Mass Effect that fans have been theorizing on for years at this point. Today it's all about the Benefactor, and their true identity, as well as who killed Jien Garson. Obviously spoilers for the Mass Effect series. And if you love Mass Effect, I got plenty of content on the channel already. Like and subscribe to help a new YouTuber out. And now let's begin. The Benefactor is a mysterious entity within the story of Mass Effect Andromeda. They are described as a mysterious individual or even an entire group of people who secretly and anonymously funded the Andromeda Initiative in the first place. Jien Garson, the founder of the initiative, who was already a billionaire, literally ran out of money between herself and her investors who tried to fund the project in the first place. The Benefactor then gave Garson what seemed like unlimited amounts of money to complete the initiative to make Jien Garson's dream a true reality. But it doesn't end there. Once the Nexus arrives in Andromeda, and suspiciously right before the Scourge hits the Nexus and causes all kinds of damage, Garson is mysteriously awakened ahead of anyone else. Alongside this, the mysterious Hitman, who's never named or seen, is also secretly awakened, finds Garson in a lone apartment, and kills her. Her death is then deemed an unfortunate circumstance involving the Scourge attack, and well, that's it. It's never investigated further really. Weird. Well, let's talk about who the Benefactor and the Hitman could be. So, I have three likely candidates I want to cover, as well as who I believe the Hitman could be as well. For starters, the obvious theory is that the Benefactor is, of course, Jack Harper, or as most know him, the Elusive Man, the head of Cerberus. There's a few things that line up really well with this as well. For starters, the Elusive Man knew about the Reapers, which the Benefactor also knew well before anyone else did, and pushed for the creation of the initiative to begin with. Secondly, Cerberus is a private faction that seems to have unlimited resources and benefactors of its own, all circled around the acceleration and discovery for any advantage in the galaxy by any means necessary to uplift humanity on the galactic stage. It's also very suspicious that the human ark, the Hyperion, is the only other ark to reach the Nexus without running into anything too catastrophic. I mean, the Solarian ark gets captured by the Ket, the Asari and Turian arks almost get decimated, but the human ark just survives the brief Scourge event and makes it safely first. Could be a coincidence, but likely not. Not to mention the whole theory with Cora Harper being related to the Elusive Man and being his sleeper agent. I actually did a video on that theory quite a while ago. I recommend it, of course. But since the Elusive Man is the obvious choice here, there are some problems. For starters, he does end up getting indoctrinated by the Reapers in the end. However, it could be said that he funded the Andromeda Initiative and all that well before the events of Mass Effect 2, when he was still himself, technically. And then there's the question of why didn't the Elusive Man board the Ark instead of staying in the Milky Way? In that video I made called An Elusive Agent, I theorized that the Elusive Man may have a clone of himself on the Hyperion Ark heading for Andromeda to establish new Cerberus networks there, but maybe after the Elusive Man came into contact with Reaper tech post Mass Effect 2, he was indoctrinated and his fate was sealed. But let's move on to the next likely candidate, and that is the Shadow Broker, or more specifically, Dr. Liara T'Soni. My second choice of who the Benefactor is stems from a few clear connections. For starters, both Liara and the Elusive Man have history with Alec Ryder, the father of the Pathfinder. The Elusive Man served on Shang-Chi, the same planet as Ryder, and I'm sure he kept a tab on him. Liara can be seen in Mass Effect Andromeda, sending personal messages to Alec, checking up on him, and all that during the Reaper War and such. So why Liara is a second? Well, she is the Shadow Broker, and inheriting such a title would of course make Liara heavily invested and informed on pretty much every single shady business deal that would be going on in the galaxy around the time of the Andromeda Initiative being founded. Not to mention, Liara is instrumental to the eventual victory over the Reapers, since she was responsible for finding Shepard's dusted body after the opening of Mass Effect 2 in the first place, and bringing Shepard back from the dead by delivering the commander to Cerberus for that very reason. Liara is also obviously an Asari, so being long-lived, she would be able to see the fruits of her decisions involving the Initiative, the Reaper War, and so on, while living a life completely unknown to others or anyone really suspecting her of being involved. And Liara would of course know of the Reapers since she's by Shepard's side, and would know that the eventual arrival of the Reapers will result in galactic devastation regardless of victory or not, so being the Shadow Broker would just line that up rather nicely. But let's get on to my third choice, who is probably the most out there, but also who the Hitman of Jien Garson could also be. Of course I could be wrong, but hey, whatever, let's just go with it. So who do I think is the third likely candidate for the Benefactor, but more so who I think the Hitman is? That character would be Reyes Vidal. Reyes is an information broker, a smuggler, and an excellent sharpshooter. And during the events of Andromeda, Reyes can even become the de facto ruler of Kadara Port over Sloan if Ryder allows it to happen. There's a few reasons why I think Reyes might be our guy, so let's break it down. For starters, Reyes was there during the Nexus Uprising when the Initiative broke out into war amongst themselves, and in the chaos, the Exiles were born, and Sloan Kelly, alongside the other Exiles, would leave the Nexus to take over and control Kadara Port. So that means Reyes was on the same transportation and area as Jien Garson. Secondly, playing into the idea if the Elusive Man is the Benefactor, the Elusive Man would have entrusted the assassination of Jien Garson to, of course, someone who wouldn't talk and would be loyal to the end. And most importantly, this special someone was of course human. Reyes fits all those criterias here as well. Not to mention that Reyes successfully plays Ryder and their friends like a master manipulator during the whole Kadara incident. And if Ryder doesn't intervene, like I said before, Reyes can even become the leader of Kadara Port. But even when Reyes becomes that leader, not much of Kadara knows who's running the show per se, which again would be fitting of someone who wants absolute control without anyone knowing who they are to begin with. Of course, Reyes' likelihood of being the Benefactor is up for speculation. He fits all the bills for being an elusive, shadowy, and manipulative individual. So yes, he could be the Benefactor, but I think it's more likely that he killed Jien, seeing as why would the Benefactor put themselves in scenarios where they could be taken out by various other criminals, especially in a lawless society like Kadara Port of all places? This is why I'm more keen to believe that Reyes isn't the Benefactor, although his likelihood of being the Hitman for the Benefactor is my absolute top choice for sure. He fits the part perfectly. Clearly, he was brought to the Andromeda Initiative by the Benefactor to fulfill a certain role, and do that role with merciless precision. Reyes probably has even ran into characters like Fist, Arya, or Rex for all we know too. And like I said, if the Benefactor were to assign someone to assassinate someone of such high standing like Jien Garson, they would likely task someone of a similar race who shares the ideals of their race's standing within the galactic stage. I don't see a Solarian agent helping out the Elusive Man to make humanity's standing in Andromeda better, unless Reyes then off the Solarian agent or something, but that would make 2 missing bodies instead of 1 now. So, no. Reyes is most likely a sleeper Cerberus agent, bought, trained, and directed by the Benefactor to kill Garson, then secretly obtain control of whatever illegal proceedings are going on in Andromeda to further control and spread the influence of the Benefactor in the New Frontier. And that would line up perfectly with my An Elusive Agent video where Cora Harper was tasked to become the Pathfinder, and then she would bring the clone of the Elusive Man to life again. And then once the Elusive Man clone was alive in Andromeda, he would have Cora Harper as his Pathfinder, which didn't work out obviously, but he would also have Reyes, who has all the connections that he would need to start a new Cerberus in Andromeda, free from Shepard and free from the Alliance. So that's my theory on the Benefactor's possible identities, as well as the identity of Jien Garson's killer. What do you think? Am I wrong? Right? Let me know in the comments. And is there anything else Mass Effect related you guys want to see? Also let me know. Also, fun fact, Reyes Vidal is voiced by the same guy that does Male Hawk in Dragon Age 2. Just letting you know. I'm Endymion. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.